warned this video will contain spoilers. The intrigue surrounding Slough House's Season 4 dives deeper into the central mystery of Slough House itself, particularly its very existence as part of MI5. Viewers are left questioning whether Slough House is truly an MI5 branch, or if it's a fictional anomaly that doesn't quite fit into the typical counterintelligence landscape. While the show is based on Mick Herron's beloved novels, this season takes a deeper look at how a group of seemingly cast-off agents keeps finding themselves tangled in high-stakes cases. At the heart of this mystery is Jackson Lamb, a veteran MI5 agent who runs Slough House with a sharp tongue and an even sharper eye for detail. Lamb's leadership is pivotal to the misfit team's success, but what really stands out is the contrast between his approach and that of MI5's sleek, buttoned-up operations led by Diana Taverner, the ambitious Deputy Director General. Taverner has her eyes on the top spot, and she's willing to pull any strings necessary to secure her rise to power. Lamb, meanwhile, continues to guide the exiled agents, ensuring that they aren't forgotten even if they've been exiled to this administrative backwater. River Cartwright is one of the key characters alongside Lamb, having been demoted to Slough House after a very public mistake early in his career. But is the idea of Slough House itself grounded in any sort of reality? That's where the mystery deepens. In reality, there isn't any MI5 department quite like Slough House, where operatives who've botched fieldwork are shuffled off to do administrative tasks. While MI5 agents do face consequences for mistakes, the idea of a whole team being relegated to paperwork and meaningless tasks doesn't quite hold water. And that makes you wonder, is this just a brilliant metaphor for what happens when talented people are pushed aside? Or is it purely a fictional narrative device? In the show, the stakes are often high, and despite their supposed fall from grace, the Slough Houses find themselves right in the middle of national security risks. In real life, though, if an MI5 agent made a mistake as catastrophic as some of the blunders in the show, their career would likely be over, not simply sidelined. This adds to the charm of the series. It takes a quirky, fictionalized look at how these Slough Houses continue to impact the bigger picture, even though the reality might be very different. Slough House, despite being a fictional concept, reflects something more significant: the bureaucratic side of intelligence work that doesn't get as much screen time in most spy thrillers. The slow pace, the paperwork, and the IT glitches all show a side of espionage that contrasts the adrenaline-fueled chase scenes and shootouts. And yet, even with these mundane aspects, the show manages to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. While Slough House doesn't exist in MI5, Slough Houses does manage to weave in some elements of truth about the agency. One such example is the use of tiger teams, a real strategy used by government and military agencies to test weaknesses and strengthen security measures. Season 3 introduced the concept of MI5 using a tiger team to kidnap a Slough House member to test their own vulnerabilities. This mix of reality with the otherwise fictional world keeps fans invested in both the high-stakes action and the quirky, understated moments of the Slough Houses' day-to-day. As Season 4 continues to explore these dynamics, it's fascinating to think about how the show balances its fictional narrative with just enough truth to keep things grounded. The question remains, what other real-world elements might be woven into the story? Will we see more nods to actual MI5 procedures, or will the show continue to carve its own path, distinct from the reality of counterintelligence work? It's this mystery that keeps fans coming back, wanting to know not just what happens to their favorite characters, but also how much of this world is based on something real. And now, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the portrayal of MI5 in Slough Houses? Do you enjoy the fictionalized take? Or would you prefer something more grounded in reality? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective helps drive the conversation, and we can't wait to see where this mystery takes us next.